The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, a wintry blast has swept across the lower South Island, cancelling flights and causing road accidents. Frustrations rise for a Canterbury family after severe flooding forces them to abandon their home. And strong emotions in Alexandra as residents clash over a plant some see as an invasive pest. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Dave Gooselink. Roads are reopening and conditions are easing after a wintry blast brought snow and travel disruptions to the south. A raft of southern roads were closed earlier owing to ice and snow, with the snow causing road crashes and flight delays.
Covered in snow as the late wintry blast continues in central Otago, leaving residents both frustrated and excited. In Frankton, motorists were struggling with a sudden dumping, with a number of accidents on the slippery roads. Several fender benders blocked roads for a time, with other drivers pulling off the road for safety, planning to wait out the snow. One motorist gave up driving altogether, parking her van on the side of the road and calling her partner to pick her up.
Yeah, I've just come around the corner and it seemed to be carnage down this street, so my truck started slipping and I certainly don't want it dinged up, so I pulled in here and called my partner. So hopefully we get it home.
There was a heavy dumping of snow at Queenstown Airport that caused a number of flights to be cancelled or delayed, crews working hard to try and clear the runways and surrounding airfield. On the other side of the basin, Arrowtown residents took to the streets alongside tourists, keen to make the most of the wintry event. A variety of snowmen popped up all over the old mining town, while other locals made their way towards the Arrow River, enjoying the flurries on their walk.
We saw the forecast yesterday, so we're wondering whether it was going to snow, but it was a nice surprise waking up to it, yeah.
We're all Aucklanders, and we're not used to this weather.
No.
Like, we woke up and we're like, what's this white stuff coming from the sky?
Roads began to reopen from early afternoon as the snow eased around the region. However, Wakakotahi NZTA is still advising motorists to take care in the changeable wintry conditions. In central Otago, the South Today.
And the wintry blast brought snow, sleet and strong winds to regions across the lower South Island as this week's cold snap continued.
August has brought a chilly wintry blast to the south, with snow falling in many places. Along with Queenstown, there were also large falls in inland Otago, including Naseby, Ranfurly, St Bathans and Oturehua. The Central Otago District Council was urging caution around the Maniatoto area, with Danzi's Pass Road closed late on Wednesday morning due to snow and ice. Dunedin's hillside suburbs also got some flurries of snow, following on from yesterday's gale-force winds, which caused waves to crash over the Portobello Road causeway. The snow dumping was particularly heavy on Fiordland's Milford Road, with Wakakotahi crews using large snowplows fitted with chains to help clear sections of the road. State Highway 94 was reopened to traffic, with caution around 1 p.m, although further snow showers are forecast and expected to settle. Motorists across affected regions are being urged to use caution and drive to the conditions. Heavy snow watches remained in place for Clutha, Southland and Fiordland until early this evening. Across the South Today.
A Christchurch family has been forced to abandon their home after being hit with severe flooding around their property. The couple are blaming a river drainage system, which they say works in reverse after heavy rain. And they say Environment Canterbury is refusing to fix the problem.
This image may look idyllic, but residents say it's not normal. This water feature should be a green field, being grazed by farm animals. Anna and Josh Patterson live in Ladbrokes, an area between Christchurch and Lincoln, together with their 2 children. 2.5 kilometres away, the Horswell River runs through the region, providing drainage for the area. However, heavy rainfall can reverse this system, causing water from the river to overflow onto bordering properties.
We have been at this property 3 years now. This is the second winter that we have had a moat around our house.
The flooding's been as high as the top of the fence posts, caused the septic tank to overflow and pollute their house, forcing the family into rental accommodation. Environment Canterbury is responsible for the drainage system and has told the couple everything's working as it should. However, an ECAN report noted the increase in the flooding is most likely due to the large amount of housing developments in the area.
They just want to use this as a storage pond, help the capacity of the Horswell River, and then once that drops away, then we can get rid of our water.
The couple say ECAN is refusing to accept there's a serious problem that's impacting the Pattersons' farm.
So from experience last year, we will have water around this house for at least a week. Our farm will be underwater for a good 6 weeks. And what are we supposed to do? We've got a young family and we can't keep doing this.
She says the issue is affecting more than just their property, but is likely to continue happening unless something is done about it. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Well, first responders are the backbone of many New Zealand communities, with many of them volunteering their free time to help others. Now, some community-minded Southland students have taken it upon themselves to give back to the volunteers by baking them some sweet treats.
Putting in some hard mahi in the kitchen. These Gore High School students have been putting their baking skills to the test to work together on a community project. The group decided to bake up some tasty treats as a way to give back to the town's emergency responders. Student Rubius Edwards Whangaparita says the project gave her a sense of school and community pride.
I actually came up with the idea and I think it would be great to, I don't know, just give for our first aid responders.
The students planned the community project in partnership with the Graham Dingle Foundation, which encourages pupils to have pride in their community.
I guess it's a lot of team building as well, like obviously with a group of people here. But yeah, it's a good reputation as well. You know, they work quite hard. Again, it is just good to give back to them.
The students' baking was delivered to the local Gore emergency services, including the police station, fire station and Hatohone St John's.
They thought that the first responders give so much to the community and a lot of them are volunteers, so they wanted to show their appreciation on behalf of the community and their gratitude for all the first responders do by giving them some baking.
The students say the first responders were very grateful for their baking surprise, telling them the tasty treats wouldn't last long. In Gore, the South Today.
Another major Otago University department is on the chopping block as part of ongoing cuts as the institution battles a large budget deficit. Otago's Geology Department is next in line for cuts. The division's been a cornerstone of the university since the 19th century. Otago University revealed a $60 million budget deficit earlier this year, with the major financial crisis prompting the start of staff and departmental cuts. Science's Pro-Vice-Chancellor Professor Richard Baker has confirmed the Geology Department is going through a process of change after a significant decline in enrolments over the last decade. Geology staff have until the end of next week to make submissions on the issue after more than 100 university staff applied for voluntary redundancy earlier this year. However, the cuts have not come without pushback, with 3 people arrested on campus yesterday for damaging property during protests against what they called mismanagement at the university. Well, a recreational reserve in Alexandra is under contentious debate, with some residents clashing with the district council. The former mining site has been overrun with an invasive pest, but getting rid of it isn't as easy as it seems.
Walking across barren land, a graveyard of wilding pine trees. Half Mile Recreation Reserve is at the centre of debate in Alexandra as Central Otago District Council attempts to clean up the park and get rid of a pest. The mining heritage site had fallen victim to the rapid spread of wilding pines. They're invasive trees that critics say threaten the existence of native New Zealand plants.
And there's a real competition out there going between native shrubland, kowhai, mitigari, stuff like that coming back up, and pines. And pines will win every single time.
The site was flagged by the Central Otago Wilding Group that saw the pines cut down, despite pushback from some residents who believe the trees provided a nice shady entrance to Alexandra. The Central Otago District Council wants to plant more native trees in Half Mile as part of its reserve restoration plan.
Going forward, they plan to spend up to $180,000 planting natives, and without throwing cold water on it, although there is no water available, I think that's a big ask.
Churchill says the remnants of the felled pines also bring a significant risk for injury for people walking through the reserve, and wants to see his grandchildren enjoy the park like he was able to in the past. In Alexandra, the South Today.
E whai akine, still to come on the South Today. Invercargill's Rock and Roll Club proves the jives of the 50s are far from over, and we check out whether there's more in store from that wintry blast.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
The sun may be lower in the sky, but that doesn't lower the risk from skin cancer. Melanoma doesn't care about the season and will continue growing regardless. Don't let shorter days shorten your days. Book a full body mole map now.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Welcome back. Well, Invercargill's Rock and Roll Club are providing the bobby socks and showing the boogie woogie of the 1950s era is far from gone. More than 60 competitors were getting their groove on over the weekend, jiving and lindy hopping at the club's grooviest event of the year.
Twisting, jumping and twirling, Southland stepped back in time as Invercargill's Rock and Roll Club held its annual championship over the weekend. The James Hargis Gymnasium became a lively dance floor, with couples pulling out their best moves to impress the judges.
Rock and roll's rebellious, so you can do whatever you want on the dance floor as long as it's got good timing.
but it's all the dress wear for the girls, it's getting thrown around, the boys like to throw the girls around.
The Rock and Roll Club began in 1985 and now has a membership of over 150 people. Saturday's competition drawing in a lively turnout of all ages, with around 60 competitors taking part, aged from 5 years old to 75 years old.
It's a great way for us to showcase to the public our dancers, but also the dancers to showcase their own routine and compete against each other.
While most were just there to have a good time, there were plenty of awards on offer, including a competition for the best dressed partners, which saw a range of colourful outfits, frills, ties, curls and mullets.
And the kids, even though they're competing against one another, they get off the floor and they're buddies again.
The club run weekly dance nights in Waikiwi every Wednesday evening, and they're hoping events like this might help to grow Invercargill's rock and roll community even more. In Invercargill, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A wintry blast has swept across the lower South Island, cancelling flights, causing accidents and closing roads. One family is demanding action from Environment Canterbury after a river drainage system causes them major flooding. And Alexandra's Half Mile Recreational Reserve has been overrun with wilding pine trees, but some residents want the invasive pests retained. Now taking a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Mike, what do we look forward to tomorrow?
Evening, Dave. Well, our regions team have been out and about in that snow that you just talked about there, seeing some nice pretty photographs of all the white stuff on the ground.
Good stuff. So there was some fun in amongst the drama.
A little bit. We've also got a follow-up to our story from yesterday about the Forbury Park and racing track and its future. And we've got some details of a court judgment which may shed some light as to why the future disposal of that land has been delayed.
Yes.
We've got a story of a missing Lotto First Division prize winner from South Dunedin. We've got
cheeky tickets. Is that the message?
Well, pretty much so. Yes.
Yeah.
We've got a man from Dunedin who was at the crowd at the Dunedin Regional Stadium for the football, whose sign ended up making its way all the way to London and in the pages of the Sun newspaper.
Oh, world famous in Dunedin. Yeah.
And being Thursday, we'll have our arts page, which has got a big feature about a multidisciplinary production involving Chamber Music New Zealand and a bunch of Te Ao Māori performers.
Interesting mix. Mike, thanks.
Thank you.
Now time to look for tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Starting with the situation in fine weather tomorrow with milder temperatures, but another round of showers and cold southwesterlies is on the way for Friday. Heading to the top of the South Island and light southwesterlies for Nelson and Greymouth with 14 degrees. Christchurch moderate southwesterlies, some cloud at 11. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, fine with light southwesterlies for Ashburton, Timaru and Ormuru, all heading for highs of 11 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes and Wanaka and Queenstown and Alexandra, you can all expect light southwesterlies tomorrow, fine with a high of 10 degrees. Heading further south and freshening nor'westerlies in Balclutha and Gore, cloud increasing and 11 degrees. For the Catlins, moderate westerlies, some cloud and 10 degrees. Across to Invercargill, showers clearing tonight and those winds decreasing. It'll be fine tomorrow, sunny periods at first, but cloud increasing later in the day with freshening winds, a low of 8 and a high of 11. And for Friday, showers develop again during the morning with cold, fresh southwesterlies and a high of 10 degrees. And finally heading to Dunedin, cloudy tonight down to 6 degrees with strong winds decreasing. Cloudy again tomorrow, mostly dry, but a brief period of light rain mid-morning. Moderate southwesterly winds and expect a high of 11 down to 8 degrees. Friday, dry and mild on Friday morning with moderate mild nor'westerlies. Showers and fresh cold southwesterlies developing again during the afternoon. A high of 10 and a low of 4 degrees on Friday. And that's the news this Wednesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We're also on Facebook. Just search for The South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite a popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
UPVC Windows and Doors is a local Dunedin company who manufacture, install and service everything they make. Sign up this month for a free glass upgrade. Call UPVC Windows and Doors today.
Drama, competition, rivalry, marketing, numbers,
atmosphere,
power, fight, attack, intuition, love, hate, money, cash, millionaires,
fans,
and fans.
Oh boy.